Hey everybody, it's Brian. Today I want to do a comparison between two windmill palms, Trachycarpus fortunei, that I've had for about 4 years. Now this one here grows in full sun. It gets 10 plus hours of sun a day during the summer. I bought it 4 years ago and it's been here in this pot for the last 3 years. Here's the other one. This one I bought at the same time from the same vendor. It's in the same pot. It gets mostly shade during the day. It only gets about an hour or less of sunlight a day, direct light, and it is mostly shaded by the patio and the way the sun comes over the roof here, as well as my neighbor's giant tree. So these plants came from the same place. They're the same age. They're in the same pots. I do water the one in the sun more than the one in the shade. They have different drip heads on them. The shade plant gets a half a gallon a day. The full sun gets a gallon a day. Now, if we do some quick measurements here, so the one in the shade, if we look at the length of the end of the fronds here, 16 to 18 inches for the plant in the shade. Overall, this shade plant is 45 inches roughly from the dirt to the top of the tallest frond, and it's about 14 inches of trunk. We look at the one that's in full sun, the leaves on its fronds are all 14 to 16 inches long, about 2 inches shorter than the one that is grown in the shade. The entire tree itself is about 49 inches, and it's about 16 inches from the dirt to the top of the trunk. And when you look at them side by side, they don't even look like the same variety of tree. There's a drastic difference in the color. The shade plant has much darker green and the sun is much lighter. But I find it pretty interesting. They're almost the same size. I mean, there's only a few inches difference after 4 years between the one in the shade and the one in the sun. Ultimately, it comes down to what's your personal preference and what's the space that you have available to grow these in. Does it get more sun? Does it get more shade? But I think one of the key takeaways here is you don't have to have a great sun spot in order to grow a palm tree, a Trachycarpus fortunei or a windmill palm. They will grow in anything between full shade and full sun and not be crazy stunted in their growth. And then other than that, you just have the appearance differences, the difference in the green, the longer fronds on the shade versus the sun. It does make them droop a little bit when you look at the one that is grown in the shade because of the extra length. A lot of the fronds are a little bit more droopy, whereas the one grown in full sun, the fronds are a little bit more stiff. But other than that, you can grow super happy windmill palms in full shade if that's what you got. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Like and subscribe for more on growing tropical and subtropical plants in cold weather environments.